All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're gonna talk. I got my Kodiak Canvas tent here, and a lot of you guys are running it. You run a 10 by 10 to 10 by 14. Doesn't matter if it's Kodiak Canvas. Could even be like a Springbar, a Teton, the Mesa. Any of them that are similar to that, it's probably going to be very same thing because they're kind of the same concept tent. But how do you carry it? I'm going to give you guys some pointers here because we got a couple of bends that they work in and a couple of things that they're going to benefit and some things where they're going to cause you a problem when you're trying to pack them. Little things matter. This video is about the little things if you have a Kodiak Canvas tent. Now, first of all, this is the bin that I was using most of the time for mine, right here. Okay, you can see it's a little bit taller. This is my setup I'm using now. We'll explain why, but both of these work. First off, this one right here, and they both give you room for extras that I'll show you, but this is a Sterilite. This is a 200 quart, they call it. It's a 50-gallon, 200 quart Sterilite bin from for like 40 bucks from Home Depot, basically, is what it is. And it's a good bin. It's a little more flimsy, but it's still pretty good, pretty strong, pretty capable. One bummer is you can see that the roof is kind of dented in on this. When you stick your poles on this one and you run them across here, they set in here and they drop in, and it's hard to get it. There we go, like that. When you put other stuff on here, it's a pretty good span, and there's not a lot to support this. So I can actually see some stress cracking around the edges of this just from carrying it in here. But you can see here, right there, stress cracks there. You can see them starting down in here, in the bottom part down here, starting to discolor and change. That's from weight that's being stacked on top of this. But it's a good bin, and it works really good. It's got a ton of room inside of it to put stuff that you want in there, and you can fit in here. Now, some other downsides to this, some great things and downsides we'll cover, but this is a setup I got now. What I like about this, now my ground cloth I never put in with my tent because it's always the thing that's wet, and it just lays on top. What I like about this one is it lays on top and it's got this recessed area here, so it stays in there and it basically stays put. It's not coming out of there. It just sinks down in there. I like that. My poles sit right on top of this if I want to in here for storage, and they stay together. That's my setup right there. Now, some of the things we're going to talk about, let me show you what's in here first so I can show you. Let's take the stakes right out of the equation here for a minute. The poles and the stakes, they're both in that bag. Let's take the ground cloth out for a second, because like I said, you can put that inside, but I don't recommend it because this is always wet and it's always got moisture, and I do not want it in with my tent. Now, inside of this is a 40-gallon Pro Source from Lowe's. Okay, we got a million of these things. I use them all the time. My camp bins, you see these all over my garage. Okay, tons and tons of these are being used. This is the Pro Source model here, and it's a 40-gallon version. And what's nice in here, we have everything I need is right inside of here. In here we have my floor mat, which goes right inside the door of my tent. Take my shoes and stuff like that off. We have my broom and my dustpan for cleaning it out. Simple, cheap, and easy. Works really good. I basically take a shirt or a towel and I bring everything with that with my feet and walk it all the way to the corner. When I get to the corner, sweep it up like that. Simple, easy peasy. I have my fan that I love. This is a USB rechargeable fan that Jesse Johnson told me about. I love this fan. Thank you, Jesse. This thing is amazing. It is so nice. It can either magnetic hang or I can hang it like this, tilt it, do whatever I want. But down here in Georgia in the summertime and camping, this thing is a lifesaver. It stays in here all the time, as does one of my poppy lanterns, even though I'm using lights a lot of times, but I always have to have, I want a lantern here, so I keep that. And there should be extra batteries in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Couple extra batteries in there too, so that is always in here all the time. And then so is a small hammer, because I always have hammers with me, but I want another hammer just in case. I rarely use this one, but just in case I need to and I forget a hammer, I got one with me in there, so it stays in here. Then this is the tent, just drops right in. See, simple, easy. There's the bin, plenty of room. Tent just drops right in, whoop, done, simple. And you can see how much room is in there. Plenty of room. Like I said, if you have a 10 by 14, it's probably going to fit just as good too. You're not gaining that much material. Now, some of the benefits of this. Let's pull the tent out just so it's easier for me to maneuver these bins and show you. So now when we talk about the bins and the options here, let's set this stuff off to the side for a sec. Just putting that there. All right, so now both of them will fit. Actually, I'll need that lid, won't I? Yes, I will. To show you an example here. Sorry, should have been a little more prepared. This is me failing. Bear with me. Okay, there. So Now, when we put these together, there is a height difference here. Where does that matter? That height matter? That height's gonna matter when you're using a pickup truck with a tonneau cover on it. This will fit inside my Gladiator, which is a small, short bed, okay? And it'll fit in most trucks without a problem. This one fits better because it's lower, which means I can stack things on it. This one, again, fits, but it's different. And then we also look at the width and size of these. If I stack them on top of each other, end to end, okay? They're pretty close when you look at them. But we do got a couple of inches. When you line this up and you hit this, you're looking at a few inches. You know, you're looking at, a couple of inches of difference in here. It's gonna matter, an inch or so difference in there. Matters, yes, but this is a 50 gallon, this is a 40 gallon. You can see the size difference in there. It is there, okay? There's a better way of showing it. You can see the difference in the size. So the length, that matters. When you're stuffing things into a pickup truck, having that extra little bit of space may matter. Now, as far as putting them into a sled, most of you guys know that I am a huge fan of sleds, okay, bringing sleds with me. Now, we take a full-size jet sled we have here, jet sled JS1, and we also have a jet sled junior. We got them both right here, okay? JS1, original jet sled, not a problem. Both fit inside of these, cakewalk easy. Make sure you're in frame so you can see. There you go, fits in there like a champ. Not gonna be an issue whatsoever. So you can put this in your truck inside of the jet sled. Jet sled fits underneath of it. You got some extra room to put some other things in here, but now you have this as one kit in your truck and a jet sled that doesn't take up much room because you have this. They both fit in there, okay? Same with this one and same kind of concept. You're gonna get a little extra room in the front, right up there to be able to put other stuff. This one still being lower. Keep that in mind, so it may matter to you. What's nice about it being lower, we'll talk about that in a second. But so we know they work in a jet sled. That's a very nice feature. Now in a jet sled junior, which is this one, jet sled junior, my favorite one, perfect, does everything. We come here, this fits in here like a glove. Like a glove, it fits in there perfectly. Absolutely good, and it's before we get the sweep up, so it fits perfect, absolutely perfect. We put this one in here, and it does squeezes in, but we get this kick up. Look at the angle of this thing, okay? That bumps that angle up tremendously, and now you're up to, I brought my tape measure. I wanna see, I'm curious. What does that take us up to in the front of this? That brings us up to 20 inches exactly with this inside of this jet sled junior, where if we put this one in here, we are at 17 inches. That's 3 inches of difference. 3 inches of difference underneath the tonneau cover of your truck. 3 inches of difference. What can I do with 3 inches? Well, I could do this right here. I could take this and put this underneath the sled or on top of here, but I can set this in here and fit this right there. And what else can I fit? I can probably come in here and I'm looking, hang on, rearranging, and I could take this and put this in here. Again, whether I put one on top or one on bottom, where am I at now? I'm curious. I gotta be right at 20, maybe a smidge more. I'm at 21.5, but you get my point on here is that I can almost, if you got that much room, but even without this one, take that table out with this table in here, which is also more than one table. This is not just one table. This has the table, and then we also have the benches, which act as more tables, 2 of these in here. So I have technically 3 table setups or benches or whatever I want to run in this setup, and I am still under the size difference of that. That's the beauty of what I'm trying to explain to you here, is that we have that, that's where this bin for me matters in the bed of my truck underneath the cover, is being able to put this kit together. It's the little things that make a difference. So in my opinion, the best bang for your buck as far as a tub for a Kodiak Canvas tent, Both of them will work, but this one, the 40 gallon right here, Pro Source, 40 gallon, that one right there, that is what we want. That is the one that's gonna do that's gonna be the winner all day long. And again, you got plenty of room to carry some extras in there with the tent, but you get your whole set and it's just more user-friendly for this system. In the bed of my truck, I have 18.5 inches between the tonneau cover. Gladiator has a short bed. It's a beautiful thing, but it's not like 20 inches like you get in a Colorado, or 19 or whatever they are. It's a couple inches shorter. Having a setup like this allows me to store stuff under that cover in a better opportunity. And even if you have more room and you have a bigger truck with more depth in there, being able to save those few inches and put more stuff in on top of there and pack better is going to be more beneficial to you. So if you have a Kodiak Canvas tent, Springbar tent, like I said, a Teton, any of these tents that are similar to this Kodiak Canvas Flexbow style tent, a Flexbow style tent, 40 gallon Pro Source bin is what you're looking for that's going to hold everything perfect. Thanks for watching.